Well, one of the most interesting things to me in the last while on the media that is YouTube and the net in general, to do with sort of maybe more real sort of news and that's been around, is the rocket hoax. And the rocket hoax hasn't really gone that far. Now, it's interesting to see a debate like Flat Earth has gone a long way. But something as well like this rocket hoax, which is just so fundamental to so many things, looking at satellites, the shuttle, the moon missions, the whole bit, down to intercontinental ballistic missiles. So people are not wanting to cover this because too many channels thrive on the war, fear style memes. And the rocket hoax is just no good because, you know, they love to have narrative on Iran's going to have a bomb, or Ukraine, or, you know, missiles in general get used a lot by the Shillery channels, Alex Jones, etc., Dabu 7. So none of them are going to cover it. And you'd think there'd be a lot more independent people on here that would have seen this by now and be thinking, I should cover this too. It should be quite a popular little subject, but it's been slow to get popular. I think it will spread in the next while, but let's just look at what I'm talking about here in case you've never contemplated that rockets could be a hoax. Now you see this is a launch into so-called space. And you can see already what's happening here. This thing is arcing out. It's going level. Look at it. Now they're going to because of the curve of the Earth, it's going to blast through sort of sideways into space. You can see yourself, it's looking like it's slowing up, which is going to get the best thrust when it's actually taking off the ground. Now this actually I got here from a video by a guy. He's covering the NASA video, and he's done some really good work on this hoax, and I'll just give him a shout out now while this has come up. And let's just stop this and scroll down. He's covered one of my shuttle videos actually. He's got it up, you know, with a credit to me. So thanks for that, matey. This is a good bit that you found here. I've seen the original of this, and it's just so true. Let's just jump to the last bit here. Look at this. Now, how bad is that? They're now going downhill. So, you know, once something's going downhill, it doesn't take long to go down, does it? What's happened here? It's gone out, but they often look like an Ebola virus, some of these things. I noticed one of the old original fakeries in this was like that. Now, I'll just show you what the search brings up on this issue. So there's that guy again, and then there's New Cokes. Well, New Cokes, get over that New Cokes and sub that one. Good channel, that one. Alright. And that's another channel of mine. Just to push that one, and I've got quite a few rocket videos on that one because it goes hand in hand, doesn't it? This ballistic missile idea. So there's my one on the shuttle with the toothpicks holding it on. Just ridiculous engineering, and you should see the way people get on and try and defend that. And somebody aptly said, if it was in a cyclone area, and I might have said it myself, and a few people have said it, you know, anything to do with like wind, high wind, you'd want it structured better. Put on the back of a truck, you'd want it tied on better. But no, it can go 5,000 miles an hour quite happily. Yeah, what a laugh. And here's the bogus hoax. Now I covered right back in the V2. This one really just shows where they got it from the start, and there's the German rockets are a hoax. This is just absolutely ridiculous, this V2 business, and clearly seen in the video. And look, Operation Sandy. I think I called it Sandy Pants, but it was called Operation Sandy. Here it is here. What's happening here? Hang on. See, this is where they got their whole space program, don't forget, from German engineering. The hyped up, beefed up propaganda weapon of all weapons. You see, it was a mine weapon to start with, and clearly seen here. Look at this ridiculous footage. Now this is after World War II, and I mean look at all the films they made even before World War II. They were masters of filming, and you know, you look at movies, they look real by this stage. Semi-real, it's still black and white mostly, but the movies had come a long way since the talkies. And yet this looks like something out of the 1920s. And yet it's the high-tech military of the country. So that in itself should just show you the fraudulence. There we go, look, up and away. And look at the angle it goes off straight away. And that just looks so fake anyway. Well, then suddenly it cuts to this, you see. It's always the edit cut, and you don't see anything for a while. It's just ridiculous. Here it comes. Look, it's going that way now. See how bad the footage is? I just slowed it up frame by frame with the video editor, just so you could really see how bad that was. Look, suddenly this, look, it appears again, and all this runs at a much faster speed. And then there was this guy. It was the absolute, you know, we know the type, lying every day of the week, you know. It was straight out of, could have been a schoolmaster at some school, or some janitor at the hospital, or some guy who had a boat in his backyard that somebody was caught in. You know the type. We see it every event. So nothing different in the the rocket hoax. So give these videos here a bit of a check out on this subject, and you definitely will see that I'm correct in what I'm saying, especially that V2, and I just showed you that. And it even at one stage had written on the V2, made in Germany, like on the outside of the rocket, and they showed that to the public. And then there were these fake ones in the desert by Masons, which have been picked up by different people as being real, yet, you know, no evidence for anything, because there's a lot of chicanery going on, and they'll do chicanery to show different things to get argument happening, you know. You've got to step above all the dialectic. It's hard to do, but you will realise then there's just a lot of fakery going on, that's all I can say. And this was how they may use big balloons for those close-up shots, just big mock-ups, big models. You know, there's various things they can do to create this. And any of those rockets you see are scaled down to what they show you, that's for sure. You're not going to be releasing something as big as that Saturn V. I mean, all hell would break loose. Definitely got one, you know, I would say quite a bit smaller, because there's no relativity when you're looking against the blue sky, and they get everyone right back. Rockets from Gaza, definitely another hoax up. See, rockets are involved at many levels of hoaxery. A very good fear porn item, the old rocket.